100 to 30, and Montes level 8 to 1. Lisp is 7 to 1 for Alan King. Al Dancer heads the betting though, 11 to 4, now 5 to 2. 9 to 1 did they leave you out to, 11 to 1 and bigger the rest. Here's Niall.
Betfair hurdle up next now. We'll take a look at some of the main protagonists if we can. Start with number 3. It's been a good day for trainer Paul Nicholls already. He's got Getaway Trump here. He's second in the shallow last time out, so obviously he's a novice coming into that. That was a really muddling race, and for a big field handicap, there's not a loads of pace signed on here. He's run here for a mark of 142, and so that was Grade 1 company last time out. Directly behind, and not the biggest, is Lisp. Comes from a good family, but he ran well here in the old Ladbroke at Christmas time. He's up £5. He would have been closer bar a mistake at the last, but up £5 off a mark of 145. It might be a big enough ask for him. 2 behind, a little bit on his toes, is number 4, Al Dancer. He's been the anti-post favourite even when this race was going to be at Newbury for quite a while now, and rescheduled here. Trainer Nigel Twiston-Davis got an excellent record in this race, a little bit on his toes, but he hasn't got warm, and he could be well handicapped off a mark of 141. We'll find out very shortly. Jockey's about to get on board.
There they are, making their way down ahead of this rearranged Betfair hurdle from Newbury last week, when of course it wasn't run. Newbury was off, but we are back at Ascot, and this is the 320, which sees Al Dancer at the head of the betting. 5 to 2 shot. Getaway Trump is 100 to 30. List 7 to 1. Montes Avois 8 to 1. Did they leave you out to 9 to 1? Armest 11 to 1. 14 to 1 and bigger the rest. And Paul Nicholls Sam is looking to continue what's been an excellent day so far, flying along at the minute, looking for a 6-timer.
5 winners, I think about 150 grand's worth of prize money, so it's not gone too badly for him, has it, the Master of Ditchy? And he's got a strong hand here as well, primarily with Getaway Trump, who's a horse that doesn't lack tactical speed. He's got a lot of pace. Obviously Newbury would have suited him probably a little bit better than Ascot, but the ground should be fine from here, even if it's a bit tacky. He's a good, well balanced, good travelling horse, and he looks to have a great chance here. But it's a live race, isn't it, Dave? You've got Al Dancer as well.
Yeah.
These, you know, a win for either of those two can have an impact on the Supreme betting as well, you'd suggest.
Yeah, well, Al Dancer was only ever going to come to this race after he bolted up at Cheltenham, won 11 lengths, and the second has won a race since. But Getaway Trump, I think, came up against a potential champ at Newbury, and I think he was the only horse really who briefly looked as though he might win that race, apart from the winner. So it's a race that has been won by really good novices in the last couple of seasons. I think they've both got real opportunities. I mean,
who's the best back to the two at the top of the betting?
Al Dancer's always just been shading Getaway Trump, and but there's 3/4 of a point between them, and that's been consistent. The late money for the other fancied horses is Lisp and Montes Avois. Disappointed last time, made a couple of early mistakes, I think, and never got into the race. He's been spotted possibly because the stable are having such a good run of it this afternoon. The rest of them, it's hard to see a real move, but those are the 4 that are attracted sport in the market. They've been at the front throughout.
And they are all about down there now, I think, ahead of this Betfair hurdle. Let's get the final thoughts with Niall.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. Yeah, interesting thoughts from the lads in the studio as they circle around. It started a minute and a half away from post time, and it very often has gone to novice in the past, and it's no real surprise towards the head of the bet, and both these could be well ahead of their marks. Against in behind, I think further down it's been rescheduled, and there's plenty of these that we know a lot about and mightn't have that much ahead of the assessor, but we'll find out shortly. So Al Dancer, that we spoke to on Racing TV, to Sam Twiston-Davis, and he's made no secret of what he thinks of this horse. He's a little bit on his edge, but I remember even first time when he won at Foss last, and then he followed up at Carlisle, he was a little bit edgy, and that's just him, but he's by no means boiling over. It's a big day, I suppose, for number 6. Did they leave you out too? He's got some really good form at this track. He was disappointed when we last saw him at Kempton on Boxing Day. But let's see how he will get on for a mark of 139. Will Kennedy on board this afternoon. As I mentioned earlier, there's not loads and loads of pace signed on, so we'll see where that will come from. And Getaway Trump, he will drop in. They went steady in the shallow last time out, so if they do not go end-to-end gallop, he might be not inconvenienced compared to some of them, compared to the stable companion, who can be quite a keen going horse. There was a bit of support round for Armest this morning. That's continued. 11's into 10 for Gary Moore, who's got an excellent record in this race. He also saddles Distingo, but obviously looking at the betting and on form, he would have a good chance, Armest, albeit he did win on a lot softer ground last time out at Newbury, but if handleless, or he may even improve it. We'll find out, but it's good that it's been rescheduled. Looking forward, it's the Betfair hurdle. They're walking forward, right bang on post time. As they walk forward, we'll head up to Simon and get the call.
And the starter's about to let them go for one of the major handicap hurdles of the season. Magic Dancer leading them forward with Blue Cavalier and the Grey Nelson's Touch. The Stingo towards the outside, still 30 yards off the tape, and they're off. Racing, Montes Avaloir at the back of the field as they set off. Magic Dancer away quickly from Blue Cavalier. Nelson's Touch away to the right, the grey further right, Distingo. On the inside, William H. Bonney. Al Dancer, the favourite, took that quite keenly in about third or fourth place in the dark blue and white jacket. The dark grey horse in the hood, just tracking the front pair, Magic Dancer and Blue Cavalier. Then Al Dancer at the second. Out wide, Nelson's Touch with inside him red headgeared Nordic Combined. William H. Bonney up the inside, Distingo is out wide. Then Armest in the dark blue cap. Did They Leave You Out Too is tracking these in the midfield, followed by Equus Amadeus. Getaway Trump held up towards the inside with Zanza. Lisp is another one held up together with Montes Avaloir towards the rear of the field. Well grouped together as they swing now right-handed and make their way towards the final mile and a half. A Magic Dancer from Blue Cavalier. Nelson's Touch on the outside of Nordic Combined. Then Al Dancer running the inside as they start on down the hill. Distingo is wider then from Armest and Did They Leave You Out Too and Lisp, and after Lisp is Equus Amadeus and William H. Bonney on the inside, followed by Getaway Trump as they jump the next. Nordic Combined made a mistake there. Zanza's up the inside towards the back, and out wider is Montes Avaloir. Downhill towards the next, flight number 4 coming up. Magic Dancer, the near side of Blue Cavalier. Nelson's Touch is out wider. Nordic Combined just slowing a bit going into that one. Al Dancer jumping up well on the inside and goes just third. Behind these then is Armest in the dark blue cap, followed by Did They Leave You Out Too, Distingo, Lisp in a grey jacket taking slightly closer order. William H. Bonney's up the inside. Further back then is Equus Amadeus from Zanza, Getaway Trump and Montes Avaloir. Quickly into Swinley Bottom, and the pace looking fairly brisk now with Magic Dancer and Blue Cavalier stride for stride. Nordic Combined on the outside of Armest and the favourite Al Dancer hugging the running rail right there, right round the inside, tracking through behind Magic Dancer. They are followed by Did They Leave You Out Too and Distingo. Nelson's Touch is out wide of those. William H. Bonney on the inside, Lisp in the centre. Getaway Trump, Montes Avaloir getting a little bit closer. At the back, Equus Amadeus and Zanza as they jump the next. That was 4 out. So still Magic Dancer leading the way, shadowed all the way by, in second, Blue Cavalier. Nordic Combined in the red headgear. Al Dancer on the left on the inside, jumping that one about 4th or 5th. They're followed then by Lisp. Getaway Trump is getting closer. Then Distingo, a wide open race. Did They Leave You Out Too is hunting up the leaders. William H. Bonney, Lisp just behind those then. Then Zanza trying to improve off the inside now, followed by Equus Amadeus. They're into the final turn. Magic Dancer and Blue Cavalier. Al Dancer stalking them on the inside in third, followed then by Armest. Nordic Combined, Did They Leave You Out Too and William H. Bonney. On the extreme right, Distingo. Getaway Trump making progress. Here's 2 out. Magic Dancer joined by Al Dancer on the far side, who's come there very powerfully indeed. Armest is on the right, battling on well, followed by Blue Cavalier. Getaway Trump still staying on from the back of the field, but Al Dancer cruising going to the last. Al Dancer safely over, now shaken up from Magic Dancer in second. They're followed by Armest, and behind these Getaway Trump are racing up towards the line. Al Dancer by 4 lengths to Magic Dancer as they race on towards the finish. The favourite's going to win and win it well, and it's Al Dancer who takes the Betfair handicap hurdle. Magic Dancer a big run in second, tight for third, Blue Cavalier on the near side of Getaway Trump, and then Armest back in 5th.
Yeah, he's very, very good. Al Dancer has won the Betfair hurdle race in the colours of Walters Plant Hire Limited. The 5-2 favourite for Nigel and Sam Twiston-Davis. It was a confident ride, always prominent under Sam Twiston-Davis. He was keen enough early but he saw it out well in the end, as they winning off 141, and you imagine that will put him in line for a tilt at the Supreme Novices Hurdle. The pace-setting Magic Dancer stuck to his task well in second place for Kerry Lee and Richard Patrick, and back in third place Blue Cavalier for trainer Ali Strong and John Joe Neal Jr. on board. As we watch the closing stages close home, he stuck to his task well. He's now 5-1 with Betfair from the tens for the opening race at the Cheltenham Festival, the Sky Bet Supreme Novices Hurdle. But if you're watching the whole way round, he was keen down towards the inside, and you're just a little bit worried what do you find off the bridle, but the answer was plenty. And as ever, yes, it's stage at Ascot today, but as ever the Betfair Hurdle, there was a host of sort of in-way chance. It was a fairly clean race. Getaway Trump's the one who possibly was inconvenienced here. Nordic Combine made a little mistake, and he's just a little bit on heels for a stride or two. He's going to finish fourth in the end, and probably didn't get as clean a run as some of them. That said, I don't think he was rocking unlucky by any stretch of the imagination. You pick up the winner, the hood on down towards the inside, and it looked like they've got an even gallop, and he might just be a better ride if they went to more of a gallop, what you'd expect him to get in the Sky Bet Supreme. But so Magic Dancer, he's run well in big handicaps in the past, and this was much more like it for Kerry Lee's charge as they swing back towards home, and Sam Twiston-Davies momentarily bumping the saddle, but he comes good very quickly indeed. Wider out, RMS has ran an absolute cracker on ground that's different than when he won last time out at Newbury. He stuck to his task well, but off a mark of 141. A good jump at the last is what Sam required, and you can see him half sort of taken back here. Perfect stride is there, nails it, and away up the running. The first 4 or 5 clear from the remainder of the field. Not that many got competitive in behind, so we'll endeavour to get a word with Winning Connection Sam Twiston-Davies after he weighs in. But a polished display, and the Betfair Hurdle at a different track but a similar result, and this team have taken it now 3 times in the last 6 years. So Team Twiston-Davies once again all smiles after the Betfair Hurdle.
We're all quite taken with that in the studio. Difficult not to be. 5-2 favourite Al Dancer has won. Sam Twiston-Davies for Nigel Twiston-Davies in the colours of Walters Plant Hire Limited. Magic Dancer was second, 20-1. Blue Cavalier was third, 100-1. New supreme favourite, question mark we're posing. Dave has got his fingers on the button with regard to that, but it's difficult to see that he won't off the back of what he's just done there.
I think he should be. He must definitely go there. He's won what is traditionally just about the best handicap hurdle of the season, usually the richest. He's won it so impressively.
Yeah, he was very, very impressive. Al Dancer wins the Betfair Hurdle.
Sky Bet offer more extra place races than ever before. So if your horse is going backwards, there's still excitement to be had. That's extra place races every single day. Sky Bet, making betting better. When the fun stops, stop.
Right, away we go to Wincanton.